Right guys, how are we? So welcome to another Capani Plumbing and Heating YouTube video. So this one will be not much editing, I'm just going to go straight free flow and talk about what we have installed on this project. So the client called us, asked us what we could do. They had a dated plant room above in the roof space which was just soulfully out of date. The thermal coil, the thermal source should say, was just past its sell by date and everything. They wanted to see if we could try and move it down to here, make it work, but one for the flowways it was just not feasible. So the video before this, or I'll put a link somewhere in this one in the description, you can see the full install. It went over 3 or 4 videos. It was a big job, this one. It took the team literally 4 full days to do this, so it's been a project and a half. Now I've spec'd this system myself, designed it and spec'd it, which is quite a big thing, but obviously I've been doing it now 16 years now, so it doesn't really faze me. Like I say, it's pretty much straightforward. It's day-to-day basics and stuff like this. So what I've gone for here is I've gone for the Ideal Vogue Max System 32 kilowatt boiler. Now I like the Ideal boilers, I lifted a little bit of kit, everyone's got mixed reviews, but they're our go-to boilers for Capani Plumbing and Heating. Anyway, we have credit installers, so I've installed the Ideal System filter. That will give us a 12-year warranty on the boiler with the water check, which obviously goes to Part L and everything else. Now, we've ran 28mm gas line to this, we've pressed all the fittings for the ease of the install and to make the install nice. Now, all the lagging has been completed by hand. We don't use Lagging Pro or anything like that. It's just I've always done a lot of lagging in the past, so I like to set the time and make sure it's done right. I'm sure you guys will agree. Now, I've identified the gas pipe again. It's a very, very large house. It's still classed as domestic, but with the size of the property and the gas run and stuff, I like to indicate. I just think it goes down and people understand what it is. So we'll start from the boiler, run through what's what. So we have our flow and our return off the boiler that come through the filter. Bear in mind there is a pump already in this boiler and it comes on to what we call our low loss header. The reason being for low loss header being installed is to do with the water hydraulics going through the boiler and what that pump can give. So basically the heat exchange will give me 32 kilowatt of power. This will just obviously allow that water to go through and transfer a lot better because it transfers from the heat exchanger through the underfloor heat circuits as well as the hot water circuit. It can struggle massively. So, like I said, what I've installed here is the low loss header, and what happens is the flow comes in off the boiler here and it literally will just circle it around the low loss header back there. This will get a temperature, taking the readings off there. Now it's a Sparatech, air vent, drain off, filter inside that as well. What happens at this side of low loss header is this pump here, which is a 2580-180, draws off from a low loss header. So my boiler can keep circulating and modulating the heat around there while this is drawing off from low loss header, returning. So the water's blending. I'm allowing a lot more hydraulic flow rate on my system. Now these aren't needed all the time, but on a system like this what I've designed, I thought it required it. I knew it required it, so I put it in. Now I've also installed the system, the PDHW, which falls heavily with the Part L in relation to lagging and everything else. So again, lagging and stuff now, calculating system pipe runs and stuff is massive for the Part L regulation. PDHW, shortened down for Priority Domestic Hot Water. And the reason being now, these boilers are getting a lot more simple to use nowadays. So could have done it the old way with the S-Plan way, where I've put numerous stone valves in like I have behind me. Crank the flow rate down to the cylinder so it isn't starving the heat in and it works obviously. The boiler is not working at its maximum efficient rate as it should be. What happens behind me here, we have a time pot there, 2-pot zone valve installed here, which this one is for my hot water cylinder, which is literally just there. I'll show you in a second. So this one is a 3-quart 28mm normally open 2-pot valve. It doesn't have a permanent valve. What we do with this 2-pot valve gets a little bit confusing, but the brown from this goes to the brown on my hot water 2-pot there. So when I get a signal for hot water, this closes the flow to the radiators. My boiler has got 2 switch valves, SL1, SL2. SL1 is my modulation one, which I can modulate via the stats on the front of the boiler here. SL2 brings the boiler into maximum rate. Now the reason being this becomes so efficient is because when my hot water comes in demand, I get 240 volts down my SL2 signal, shut the SIS2 port off. If my heating system's calling on the building, that gets isolated and it will prioritise my hot water circuit. So again, regeneration of the 300 litre vented cylinder behind me over there will be a lot more quicker than mixing modulated temperatures of water from the heating system. Simple bit of kit, simple to install. Was a little bit baffled by it when I was looking at how we do it, but then penny dropped and boom, we're off with it, like I say. We've incorporated 3 zone valves here as well. We have an upstairs kitchen and a downstairs manifold. This house runs fully off underfloor heating. So again, it's a pretty simple system, all right into a consumer box here, switch fuel spare for local isolation. We've upgraded all the stats throughout the property, as well as the wiring manifolds at the underfloor heating, because the old ones did not accommodate a switch valve back to the boiler. So we've had to run a few more wires, do a few little bits, but I'm more than happy now that this client will be getting the best efficiency from the 32 kilowatt boiler we have installed. So what I'm going to do now is get hold of the camera, let you have a little bit of a POV so you can see what's going on. So again, what I've done there, that drawing, is I always like to do a little drawing of any project before starting any work. So I've done that at home just so I can get my head around it. Again, condensate works on gravity, just goes down at the top side. That 15mm lever valve there, I just need to cut that down, put a push fit cap on. The reason being is, in case the system needs any more expansion, it can be added later on. And then there's an expansion in the boiler already, but you can see my cuts on lagging, absolutely perfect. Lever valves, zone valves, everything in situ, perfect. They run along. So I've got my cold, hot return, flow returns coming along, round to my cylinder. Expansion vessel installed for this 300 litre beast. Now there was a press fill system just up there, the little blue thing on this system, but I do not believe it is required anymore. So I've taken it out because I did not want to be installing that in a nutshell. So I'm going to zoom out there and give you a quick run through now of what we've got going on here. Excuse that while I get the camera sorted. So what we've done here is taken on from the pipes that run all the way along over here. We've also installed a second return pump. Now there was a second return pump on the system upstairs. We've reconfigured this down here. The reason being for a second return pump is that if we didn't have it, when they're drawing the hot water off, they'd have to draw a massive dead leg of hot water off. Now we don't want that, especially in properties this size where the bathroom under the house, at the other end of the house, maybe 60-70 metre pipe where it draw off. The reason being we're going for second return pump with a check valve down into cylinder, it creates a loop around the full property, so within the 5 to 10 seconds, turn the hot tap on, boom, they've got hot water. So simple, like I say. This is bracketed nicely. Matty's fitted this, he's done a great job. I've got the boiler side done over there, which I've showed you. I've shown Matty, and Matty's delivered the goods here. So again, we've got a great team here at To Prioritise, a lot of good things coming up, and a lot of good collabs coming up as well, so watch your space. I just want to say again, guys, thank you for the support. It's amazing, it's great. This is what I enjoy doing the most. You see that I get a grand early. I'm up at 5 o'clock most mornings in the office getting things done, because we need to keep the wheels moving in the business. But this predominantly is where I am at. Installs, give me it all day long. Breakdowns, repairs. I fully enjoy my job, you can see by that. So as always, guys, don't forget to hit the like, smash that subscribe, whatever. I've got words muddled up because I'm thinking of plumbing. It's 6 now. I've got 2 more jobs to go do. Luke's on call, but he's still busy again. But we're delivering the content. That is the main. So as always, guys, respect. I will see you tomorrow. I'm going to upload this one tonight, so it will be a little bit confusing. Upload this one tonight, and yeah, it's going to get confusing. It doesn't matter. Upload this one tonight, and tomorrow I'm going to upload all the footage, get the video edited down, ready for tomorrow, because I'm not going to get time going into 2 jobs. So as always, guys, don't forget to smash that like, hit that subscribe, leave a comment, notification. See ya.